Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, my name is Mike.
Okay, my name is Ritu.
Nice to meet you, Ritu. And where do you come from?
I'm from India,
Yep. Okay. Which part of India?
Rajasthan. You know about
Oh,
Rajasthan?
that's the north of India. Is that right?
Yeah, Northwest.
I thought so. Yes. So I always like to have an idea where people come from in my mind.
Okay.
So, are you in India now, Ritu, or are you somewhere else?
Pardon me?
Yeah. Are you in India right now?
Yeah, in India.
Okay. So
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
I'm not in London. I'm in a city called York.
Okay.
So York is in the north of England.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very ancient city.
Oh, nice to hear that.
So tell me about yourself, Ritu. What do you do?
I am working in the largest bank of India, State Bank of India.
Okay.
So that involves a personal conversation with a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah. And is it a job you always wanted to do? Did you always want to work in a bank?
No.
The same as me. So I'm a designer, but I
Okay.
actually studied history.
Okay.
So it's funny, isn't it? You have ideas in your mind, but as you get older, your ideas change and life changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so, what kind of work do you do in the bank? Do you work with like private clients, or is it commercial banking or investment?
It's a government sector bank. So all the people are having accounts like from grassroots level to
Yep.
the richest level.
Okay.
Everybody is having account. So we have to some people come to withdraw cash,
Yeah.
and some people come to apply for their ATM cards, internet banking.
Okay.
So there are a lot of work there.
So it's everything basically. Anything that you can do in a bank, that's what you do.
Yeah.
So I know, obviously, as you know, the world has financial problems at the moment. In England, we do. So, what's it like that what's it like for lending money and business in India? Is the situation not so good, the same as England, or is it much better?
It is good. People take loans for as per their needs, like home loan is there, car loan is there. So it's good here. There's
Good.
no such problem.
It's good to hear because in England it's a real problem because borrowing money for a home is almost impossible now. It's so difficult.
Okay.
The banks are wanting 50% deposit, a lot of them, and people don't have it. They don't have such a large deposit, so they can't borrow money. Of course, if people can't borrow money, they don't buy houses. So the market is very low at the moment. It's not good at all.
Okay.
Yeah, the values are high, but the people buying, there are not many because people are very worried about their jobs. They're worried about this war in Russia. They're worried about COVID. They're worried about everything right now.
Okay. Because of COVID, there are a lot of problem.
It has caused, not it's not a problem now, but of course, for the last 2 years, it was a real problem. The government did not handle the situation very well. Um, so basically, the economy suffered, and it's going to take a long time to get it moving again, I think.
Yeah. Tell me something about yourself, your city, Melbourne.
York, my city's York.
Right now you are in York, but
Yes,
originally you are from Australia, I think.
No, I'm from England.
Oh, in the okay, that shows my time. Okay, I have set
Yeah.
the city Melbourne.
Ah, okay, yeah. So no, I'm in England, so it's 2 a.m. here. So it's very early in the morning.
Oh, you are awake so late.
Awake early. So I get
Awake.
up very early because I with my own business I work through the night.
Okay.
So yeah, so my city of York, it's about 2,000 years old. We have a castle. We have a beautiful a church which is 1,000 years old. Um, it's very historic. So it was part of the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Um, so it's a beautiful. It's not a big city. It's very small. Um, we're surrounded by farms and national parks and lots of beautiful scenery. We're about 40 minutes from the ocean. There's a lot of nature here. It's a very peaceful place. It's actually a beautiful place to live. Probably not the best city to make money. If you want to make money, you go to Manchester or London. But
Okay.
it's a nice city to live. It's a very nice environment, actually.
Peaceful.
Yes. Yeah. If
Okay. How's the weather now?
36 degrees, it's very warm at the moment.
How many degrees?
36.
Okay, okay.
So for England, that's warm.
Okay, yeah.
So normally at this time of year, it would be about 25 because it's the summer. But all of Europe is very hot right now. Um, Spain is 47 degrees right now.
That
So
is too much.
Spain is incredibly, I mean, Spain is a hot country anyway, but
Yeah.
it's higher than normal. So, of course, England is higher. So 36 for England, it's kind of like tropical temperatures for us.
Yeah. For India also it was very high temperature till June, but now it's raining.
So is it the monsoon season now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long does the monsoon season last?
Till the end of August.
Oh, so not
2 months,
too long. Not too long.
not too long. Yeah.
So have you ever been to England, Ritu?
No, never. Not
Ah,
out of India.
so would you like to go to England?
Yeah, if I get a chance.
Um, so I guess it's different though because India's such a big country. Um,
Yeah.
when if you're from Rajasthan, if you go to somewhere like Kerala, it's like a different country, isn't it?
I have been to Kerala for 3 years.
I've
I
always
have lived.
wanted to go to Kerala. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. You can
Um,
visit.
I watched a program and there was like the old rice boats and people were on holiday going down the rivers and it looked amazing to me.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I have lived there for study purposes, but I have visited whole of Kerala and it's very beautiful. All the beaches are very neat and clean, and people from around the world come to the beaches there. Varkala beach is the best among all the beaches.
Okay, so I guess it's a bit like paradise, yes?
Yeah.
One day, when the world gets back to normal, I will start traveling again. Because I love to travel, I love to meet people, I love to eat different foods from around the world.
Yeah.
And so, but of course, for 2 years, nothing's happened, has it? People have been stuck at home. We
Yeah.
haven't traveled. It's been very frustrating, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But I
But
think India's back to normal now. Yes.
yeah, it's very normal. Last COVID was everybody, most of the people got the COVID vaccine. So everybody recovered, even if they suffered from COVID.
Good. That's good news,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
And I think let's hope it doesn't come back. Let's hope.
yeah. because people's mindset had changed a lot after it.
Yes. Yeah.
Now people are not that much afraid from COVID.
Yeah. Because I think, people have to go to work. They have to earn money to feed their families and to live. You can't stay at home forever.
Yeah,
And so it's been a terrible 2 years, though, hasn't it? My city relies on tourism. We have
yeah,
but obviously for 2 years nothing's happened. So lots of restaurants have closed, lots of hotels. So as I say, it's going to take time to get back to normal again.
yeah. It's gonna take time.
But York is a beautiful city. If you get the chance, Ritu, you must visit one day because it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, definitely.
It's you can walk very easily. So in the city, there are no cars. You're not allowed to take cars into the city.
Oh, cars are not allowed.
No.
You
Oh,
have
in
to
the
walk.
city centre, walking only. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. I like that thing.
It's very nice for walking around, and you can sit outside and have a coffee or a cup of tea, and it's all very relaxed and peaceful. Um, they did it initially because they wanted to protect the old buildings.
Okay.
So that's why. But it's very nice for tourists to come. You're not looking for cars and motorbikes. It's very relaxed.
Yeah. That I enjoy a lot.
So when life gets back to normal, if you come to England, try and visit York.
Yeah, definitely. I will come there.
Um, we have a very big university actually as well.
Okay.
So lots of people come from particularly China and Korea. They come to study in York.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful place. I should work for the tourist board.
You have worked where?
I should work for the tourist authority because I like to promote my city.
Okay, yeah. You have twice asked me to visit your city.
So what about your hobbies then, Ritu? When you're not working hard, what do you do? How do you relax?
I listen to music,
Ah,
and when my husband is with me, we watch a movie together,
nice.
movie or web series,
Yeah,
and I read books.
good.
Recently, I don't get much time because of the job 9 to 5. I have to be there.
Yeah.
So, uh, other than that, I like playing, cycling, traveling. There are a lot of hobbies, but I don't get
You
time.
don't have
Or,
time. Um, it's interesting you mentioned cycling because that is my hobby. I go cycling every day.
okay. And I have bought a cycle and I hardly rode it for 15 days.
Yeah, it's this is the problem with life, Ritu, isn't it? We have to work, but work takes over. You don't have time, and actually, that's why I work for myself. Um,
Yeah.
it wasn't really about the money. I wanted more freedom. So I stopped working. I used to work for quite a big company, and I decided to, go on my own because I like if I want time off on a Monday, I like to take time off. Or if I want to work 12 hours on a Tuesday, I can. It's up to me how many hours I work. Um, because I have a design studio, so it's up to me when I finish the projects. So it's much more relaxed actually.
Yeah. You can shift your time whenever you have to work.
Yes, and I like
Yeah.
that. And I don't have a boss as well. I'm my own boss.
Yeah. That I have heard from a few people who are working on their own.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually it's becoming more, particularly with young people. Lots of young people are starting up small businesses now.
Yeah.
And I think it's good, particularly because people with an internet connection, they can work anywhere.
Yeah,
So that's where it's different to when I was younger, because when I was young, there was no internet.
yeah. But in India, we prefer government job more
Yeah.
because during COVID, a lot of suffered job losses.
Yes.
So government job is important. We can't leave it. Side by side, we can do something if we
Ye-
have some time.
Yeah, it's interesting, Ritu, because I think in every country, government jobs
Yeah,
provide security.
yeah,
So, for instance, in England, my friend works for the tax office.
yeah,
He's worked there since we graduated, what, 35, 30 years he's worked there. And it's easy. It's a
yeah,
good salary. He only works 30 hours a week. That's full time. 30 hours. It's very
yeah,
small. In the private sector, you work 40 or 45, but for the government, it's 30.
yeah,
And the pension is good. And it's like you say, you're safe. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter what happens in the world, you still have a job. And I think I understand why people choose to work for government organizations.
yeah,
It's perfect, really. For me, not so much because I've always wanted to work for myself. But
yeah,
I understand why people do.
yeah. Recently, I got my LASIK surgery. I removed my specs.
My friends had this done as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's very successful. Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
how does it
got it
feel?
on 7th.
So how does it feel now to be able to have perfect vision without glasses?
It's very good, but in starting days, I see blurred images,
Yeah.
but it will be okay after 1 month.
It's because I'm sure you know. So wearing glasses is quite inconvenient, isn't it? Really.
Yeah,
Um, so I'm okay for reading and computers and television. So I'm short-sighted. So when I'm driving my car, I cannot read like signs a long distance. So I have to wear glasses. Um,
okay.
but then, of course, when I go to read something, I have to take them off because I can't see. Um,
Yeah,
and I guess with the laser treatment, it resets your eyesight back to perfect, doesn't it?
yeah. They checked it. They said it's 6 by 6. The
Really?
vision. Yeah,
Wow. So was the
yeah.
process painful, Richard? Was it a painful surgery?
Not that much. It was 15-minute long, and
Oh,
uh, they put the laser machine above my eyes. Then I had to focus on center. Then the surgeon kept uh, using the laser machine,
amazing.
and for 1 minute it was painful,
Yeah.
but I was awake, means I was aware of everything what was going
Wow.
on. So it was wonderful experience.
Technology is amazing, isn't it? What they can do with surgery nowadays.
Yeah,
Even 50 years ago, they couldn't do this. But
yeah,
everything has changed so much. What they can do now, not just with eyes, but with ears and teeth and everything. They can carry out some amazing procedures now.
yeah, it's unbelievable. Earlier, I used to think that squint people don't have any solution, but now they can set their eyes back to normal.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing, isn't it? The
it's
only
one.
problem for me, I have a fear of like doctors and nurses and clinics. I will do anything not to go to the doctor.
Oh, oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Haven't you get a chance to go to a doctor?
Not for about 20 years, I don't think.
Okay. And I am also like this that I won't take any medicine till it's very urgent to take it.
I'm just the same.
Okay.
Uh,
My sister is a doctor, so
right.
she was in Kerala for her MD for 3 years.
Okay.
So I went with her there for 3 years. So whenever I ask her, this is the problem, so she suggests me medicine. But I don't take the medicine easily.
I'm the same. It must be helpful if you have a family member who's a doctor. Um,
Yeah,
it makes it easier. I think, yeah, if there's something serious, of course I take medication. But if it's just a general thing, I prefer to take some natural herbs or something like that. I try and heal myself if I can.
yeah.
But I'm quite lucky. I don't usually get sick. I stay quite healthy most of the time.
Okay. Last time I got sick was the COVID, the third wave of COVID,
Oh,
and
okay.
for 3 days I was I was not well.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I remember.
So what did it feel like? The flu or something like that?
Yeah, it was like cold when we suffer from cold.
Okay. That was the same kind of experience. I've been lucky. I didn't catch COVID. So I've been I keep my fingers crossed.
Oh. So when it was the first day, actually my family members suffered from COVID.
Yeah.
So I visited my home and I came back to work. So while working for 2 days, I felt like it is not normal. Then after 2 days, I tested and it was positive. So
Oh,
after that, I got leave.
oh wow. And so what about your colleagues at work? Were they okay?
They were okay. They didn't catch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't even check it because I don't know why they didn't check.
It's I read an article a couple of years ago. It was a doctor. I don't know which country he came from, but he said at some point everybody will have to catch it at some point. Um,
Yeah,
and it makes sense, doesn't it? Really, he said, you can run and run, but eventually it will catch you.
yeah,
And I kind of agree. Really, it's going to happen eventually, isn't it?
yeah. My brother-in-law got it, and he got to a college for his specialization in surgery. So before catching it, he didn't know. When he got there, they have to go through medical checkups.
Yeah.
So they told him that you have already been a COVID victim.
Oh, and he didn't know.
He didn't know.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the same for a lot of people.
Yeah, maybe.
He's fit and healthy, he's got a good immune system. So he
Yeah,
might have felt a little unwell, but didn't think anything about it. And then later he's found out he's actually had the virus. As I say, I think a lot of people have the same
yeah,
experience.
yeah. And he was living with whole family, and nobody came to know about it.
That,
Maybe all suffered.
yeah, this is the funny thing though. I have a friend in Turkey, and he lives in an apartment with his wife and three children. And he caught COVID, but the rest of the family didn't. They were
Yeah,
all tested and they all tested. It's hard to understand, isn't it? So why did he catch it, but they didn't?
yeah. It's a mystery.
It is, isn't it? It's a very strange virus, isn't it? It's why
Yeah,
why it seems to affect some people more than others. I don't understand it.
yeah.
But
Maybe.
again, Ritu, this is an advantage of living in the countryside. I don't have to use public transport.
Yeah,
I'm not surrounded by lots of people, so where I live is very safe, actually.
yeah. So when we heard the news about first COVID, I moved to my home. My hometown is far away from the city.
Yeah,
Get nobody can enter it. Like that, we stayed for 56 days.
very serious. Yes.
Yeah, it was in the starting, it was very serious.
Yeah,
Everybody took leave from their jobs.
yeah. I think I think in England we had three different lockdowns. They were all about 3 months long. But you
Yeah,
could go out. Obviously you had to get food shopping,
yeah,
but only one person from the family could go.
yeah.
And then when you went to the supermarket, you had to wait outside. As one person came out, another person could. So going shopping took about 5 hours.
Oh my God. I never experienced that, but
It was
I have
hard.
heard, yeah,
And of course, availability, it was hard to get rice, it was hard to get pasta. Many things were sold out. So you just had to take what was available. And then when you get home, you have to think, oh, what can I make?
yeah. I heard about my banking experience. Like I was on leave, only two people who were from the same city, they were coming to bank, and they told me there used to be a line till a nearby shop. So
Yeah,
people used to go like that in bank.
amazing. And that was just the same in England. Just the same. Obviously, I don't use the bank very much because I do everything online. Um,
Online.
but at one time, I had to pay money into the bank, so I had to wait. The queue was about 300, um, it- just to pay money in it. And then, of course, you had to have 10 meters, sorry, a meter between every person. So
Yeah,
the queue was all the way through the shopping area. It was so inconvenient, wasn't it? Such a tough
yeah,
period of time.
yeah,
But this is why I'm happy life is back to normal now, nearly, nearly.
yeah, yeah. So I am in a different city from my hometown. So we used to visit in the personal cars only. There were transport was not available.
Yeah.
So that was a big problem. A lot of money got wasted in that process.
Yes. And I think also for older people, because of course, older people maybe don't have a car. And lots of old people in
Yeah,
England don't have a car anymore. So they
yeah,
were relying on neighbors that, we were leaving shopping outside. Obviously, you couldn't go into their house. You had to, they left money outside and you did their shopping and you put left the shopping on their doorstep because there was no buses working for the old people.
yeah,
So that was one good thing, actually, Ritu, about the situation. It made communities work together.
yeah.
Y- uh,
There are positive aspects of the COVID also.
yes. I, and I think it's made a lot of people realize they have to eat more healthily and live a more healthy lifestyle. I think,
Yeah,
I know lots of people, including myself. I'm very health conscious. I'm very careful about what I eat. So, in that way, it's probably a good thing.
yeah. It people have realized that a lot of things they used to take for granted were not so for granted.
Yes. And it's what I call simple pleasures. Just the normal
Yeah,
things, meeting your friends, your family. As you say, in the
yeah,
past we didn't think about it, but now it's special,
yeah.
isn't it? And you really
Earlier,
appreciate.
we just wanted to leave our home and do everything, find pleasure outside. But now we uh, started living with us ourselves, giving some time to ourselves. Uh, that is a great thing.
It is, and I'm a bit like you, Ritu. I always try and see the positives of every situation. Um,
Yeah,
and I think it's how life should be. You've got to appreciate the life you have because it's like a precious gift, isn't it? Really.
yeah,
So that's what I try and do. I try and enjoy. Obviously, you have to work, but I try and enjoy every day as much as I can.
okay. But
Ritu, we've nearly run out of time. We've just got a few seconds left. Um,
okay.
it's been a pleasure to meet you today,
Yeah, same here.
and please stay safe and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. You also do the same.
Okay, Ritu, thank you so much. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, and you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.